Hey, if you've ever been scrolling online, seen one of those seamlessly edited, hyper-engaging clips and thought, man, I wish I knew how to make that, well, you are in exactly the right place today. We're breaking down a step-by-step roadmap to mastering CapCut, and we're going to transform you from a total beginner into someone who edits like an absolute pro in just 7 days. Let's dive right in.
Let's be totally honest for a second. Do you find video editing just way too difficult to learn? Honestly, if your answer is yes, I completely get it. You've probably watched dozens of confusing tutorials, finally opened up some software, stared at this insanely complex timeline, and just felt immediately overwhelmed. And after all that, you still couldn't get the project to look the way you wanted. It's so frustrating. But by the end of this explainer, that frustration is literally going to disappear. We're clearing away all the confusion and giving you a structured, actionable roadmap that actually makes sense.
So here's our game plan for the next 7 days. We'll cover why CapCut is the way to go, tour the interface on day 1, tackle basic editing on days 2 and 3, add text and effects on days 4 and 5, master sound on day 6, and wrap it all up with a final project on day 7. All right, section 1, why learn CapCut?
Before we actually commit a full week of our lives to a specific piece of software, we really need to answer a pretty fundamental question. Why this tool? Well, first off, CapCut is literally the engine behind the viral YouTube shorts, TikToks, and Reels that we all consume every single day. Those crazy aesthetics you see, they're built right here. Secondly, it's 100% free. No joke, completely free, which is just insane value. Also, whether you're a couch editor using your phone or you prefer a traditional laptop setup, it works seamlessly on both. And maybe best of all, the interface is completely designed with absolute beginners in mind.
Think of this as your own personal 7-day hero's journey. You're going to start by just looking around on day 1, then you'll build your core foundation, add some serious polish, master the audio, and finally complete the quest with a real project. Keeping this bird's eye view in the back of your mind is really going to help you stay motivated as we get into the weeds. Moving into section 2, day 1. And this is all about understanding the interface. Okay, listen closely, because your only goal for this first day is just getting familiar. Honestly, no actual editing is allowed today. Step 1, you're going to create a new project. Step 2, learn how to import your raw media into the app. Step 3, locate your timeline, because that's where the magic is actually going to happen later. And step 4, just find the play and export buttons. That's the whole shebang for day 1. You wouldn't try to build a house in the pitch dark without knowing where your hammer is, right? The exact same logic applies here. Understanding where your tools live is the absolute first step to mastery. Next up, section 3, days 2 and 3. This is where we get into basic editing skills. All right, the training wheels are coming off a little bit here. Over these 2 days, you're going to master the core, absolute bread and butter mechanics. We're talking cutting, trimming, splitting, and deleting clips. You'll drop in a basic video, and your primary mission is just getting rid of the junk, essentially clearing out the dead space. Once your clip is clean, you can start practicing dynamic movements, zooming in and zooming out. You'll also mess around with speed control to make things punchy and fast or super slow. Guys, mastering these foundational basics is absolutely mandatory before you even think about aiming for that pro level.
Which brings us to section 4, days 4 and 5, text, effects, and transitions. So now you've got a clean, beautifully paced video. Now you get to elevate the whole thing by adding dynamic text, slick animations, visual effects, and really seamless transitions between those clips you cut. This is exactly where your project starts actually looking like that viral content we were talking about earlier. But before you go absolutely crazy pressing every single flashy button in the app, let's pause for a piece of crucial professional advice.
Our source material drops a really profound insight here. It says, using too many effects isn't professional editing. Using the right effect in the right places. I mean, they hit the nail on the head, right? This philosophy right here is what turns a standard software tutorial into actual mentorship. Restraint is everything. Throwing every random transition and flashing light on the screen just ends up looking messy. Precision and purpose, putting that one perfect effect in the exact right place, that's the true hallmark of an amazing editor.
All right, moving to section 5, day 6, sound editing.
Okay, lean in for this one, because this is the absolute secret weapon of editing. Half of a video's success, literally half, relies entirely on audio.
You're going to learn how to add background music to set the vibe and how to tweak those volume levels so the track doesn't totally overpower whoever's speaking. You'll also practice recording voiceovers directly into your timeline, and you'll drop in specific sound effects that perfectly match your visual transitions. Layering your audio properly is the #1 way to ensure viewers actually stick around until the very end. Good audio isn't just a bonus, it's the glue holding your entire visual edit together. And finally, Section 6, Day 7, the final practice project. Here it is, the big test. Your challenge for Day 7 is to create a fully cohesive 30 to 60-second video entirely on your own. You're going to synthesize everything we've talked about. You'll combine those crisp cuts, your dynamic text, the transitions, that perfectly balanced audio, and your purposeful effects into one complete package. Taking a piece of raw footage and turning it into a polished 30-second banger proves that practice really is the best teacher. This is it. No more safety net. But hey, the journey obviously doesn't magically end just because Day 7 is over. Truly elevating your skills requires building a real habit. We're talking at least 30 minutes of daily practice. True mastery takes a bit more than a single week. This 7-day roadmap gives you the ultimate foundation, but consistency, that is the real key to leveling up your content. If you dedicate just half an hour a day to messing around with these techniques, I promise you, within a few short weeks, your editing game is going to absolutely skyrocket. So the real question is, are you ready to actually commit to this? To stop endlessly watching confusing tutorials and start actually building your foundation? The tools are completely free, the roadmap is right in front of you, and the rest is entirely in your hands. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer. I'm excited for you. Now get out there. What kind of video are you going to create first?